Hey, let's talk about this laptop here. This is the Asus Zyphyrus G14. So I actually made a YouTube shorts about this laptop, so you guys can probably check it out on my channel. It's a quick summary version of this video, but this video I do want to go a little more in depth about why did I choose this laptop, and so far I am actually loving it, and I definitely didn't expect that. So why? Well, first of all, let's talk about design. Its design is just so awesome. It has such a minimal looking design. It's something that I've been always looking for. It's like a high performance laptop with like a dedicated GPU, but also maintain like a relatively thin and non-gamer looking design, so I can take it into classroom with me. As a college student, I can use to take notes, I can use to edit video, and at the end of the day I can take it home with me, play games on it. This laptop is exactly what I need. It has such a wide, kind of also high-tech futuristic. It's not boring looking. It looks like an ultrabook, but it is a gaming laptop at the end of the day. So this laptop has the new AMD Ryzen CPU and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 GPU. I have to say that this AMD CPU, dude, it was so good. I never used any AMD CPU before. This AMD CPU is just so amazing. It smashed the Intel CPU, just blew them out of water. Actually, for Razer Blade, when I used to own that laptop, I have the RTX 2070 Max-Q on that with the Core i7, and a lot of time the bottleneck will be CPU rather than the GPU. This laptop, so far I never find something like that, like CPU bottleneck rather than GPU, and the 3060 is actually a slight upgrade compared to 2070. I thought 3060 is actually worse than the 2070, but apparently not. This is actually slight upgrade compared to the Razer Blade in terms of both CPU and GPU. This laptop do have 120Hz screen, which is awesome, but I feel like right now everything is 120Hz, so as a gaming laptop I wouldn't really say that's a bonus point. In terms of the screen, I actually want to criticize a little bit. This screen is not necessarily the best screen I ever seen in my life. I don't know if I'm just so used to the MacBook Pro M1 Pro, the mini LED, amazing best display ever in a laptop, or is this just actually a not really good display. It looks kind of grayish, it looks kind of low contrast, it looks like a cheap panel. The brightness is not very bright and the black is not that deep. So that's kind of my criticism on the screen, but at least think about on the bright side, it does have 120Hz, so I guess that's good. Talk about keyboard. Let me show you guys a keyboard typing demo. So this keyboard is actually it's the best keyboard that I ever used in a gaming laptop. Keyword, gaming laptop. This does not count a MacBook Pro M1 Pro version that has better keyboard, better screen, better trackpad, better kind of everything. But this keyboard is still so good. It's so tactile. I don't know, for some reason I just never really like any keyboard that is on a gaming laptop. Razer Blade 15, that keyboard I just can't stand it. I know some people kind of like it. I think it was so bad. It was disgusting. And this keyboard is right up in there. I wouldn't say it's too much far behind from the MacBook. If MacBook gets a 10, I guess this gets somewhere like a 7 or 7.5 or even a low 8. The thermal system on this laptop, so far I haven't run into any problem. I think it was decent, not gonna lie. It does create quite a bit of noise and heat, but it never throttles so far. I guess that's good. My use for this laptop is a little bit weird. I only game on this laptop. I do not do homework, I do not edit video on it, which is kind of a waste in terms of how much power I packed inside this guy. I do still edit on my M1 Pro, MacBook Pro. You know, AirDrop, everything is just easier, better trackpad and a better display. So I don't edit, I don't study on here, I don't consuming content. I do all of those on my M1 Pro, MacBook Pro. The only thing I do with this laptop is use it as a gaming console. I only game on here. I play Forza Horizon 5, I play Cyberpunk, I use as my sim setup. I use it for a sort of Forza. So you know what? This is a gaming laptop. Let's run some gaming benchmarks. So first of all, before the Horizon 5, everything on 1080p ultra setting. Why 1080p? Because this panel is a 1080p panel. We actually seen quite a bit of good result, which maintains a 70 to 80 frames per second. It kind of depends on where you are in the map. And with Cyberpunk, we are actually on high setting, same thing 1080p, and we are putting on DLSS, which is NVIDIA Deep Learning Super Sample. Basically help you optimize your game, getting a better frame rate, low image loss we're gonna put it on auto, and we did put it on sharpening sample a little bit higher. We are actually getting constantly maintaining about 60 FPS result, which is actually really good for this game. This is a heavy hardware consuming game, I have to say. Cyberpunk, this is the best gaming laptop I've ever used. In terms of the speaker on this laptop, let's hear it.
Hey, Miss Potts. If you find this recording, don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end.
So not really like a comparable example compared to MacBook Pro. So right here, I do want to talk about a little more about the display of this laptop. So from the comparison footage, you guys can see the Apple MacBook Pro does have a lot deeper black than the grayish looking panel on the Asus Zyphyrus G14, which is probably understandable because Apple did use mini LED. The panel on the G14 does look a lot grayer than even my bigger external display. Bigger external display also just a regular LCD panel, so it's not mini LED, it's not OLED. I do think if you're looking for that deep black, this panel is probably not the best, but it does have 144 Hz, so this is actually a pretty decent laptop. I know I only use it for gaming only, but you can definitely use it for kind of everything. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next video. Peace.